Friends, this is a missing 411 copyrighted edition for our video channel, Mystery Rift, and we are diving deep into two highly unsettling and connected disappearances. These are cases that defy logic and are rarely spoken of together in the official records. We are dealing with events that suggest a far more complicated explanation than simple human error or natural causes. We've received reports detailing the strange phenomena haunting the American landscape, often hinting at high-energy interference. The classic case is the Texas cattle mutilations, a bizarre anomaly that has plagued ranchers for decades. Authorities investigate cattle found dead, sometimes 6 at a time, with their tongues surgically removed. A straight, clean cut with precision, yet absolutely no blood spilled at the site, defying all known laws of nature and predators. Ranchers desperately try to attribute it to cult activity, but the facts remain sterile and frightening. There are no tracks, no footprints, and no evidence of human or animal interference. Historical investigations have sometimes pointed toward non-terrestrial involvement, finding evidence of triangular-shaped objects landing near the mutilated remains. This suggests a level of technology, or a non-human agency, operating with impunity. This theme of strange high-energy interference brings us to a shocking series of disappearances from 1968 in an area that rarely sees this kind of extreme activity, Corpus Christi, Texas. The timeline and proximity of these two incidents are too synchronous to be random chance. The first case revolves around a B-52 Stratofortress, a massive 8-engine jet, the backbone of the U.S. Air Force. The flight crew, including an evaluation team, would have been highly experienced and the aircraft thoroughly inspected. The date was the 28th of February 1968. They were conducting routine low-level passes at a bombing range near Matagorda Island. Their last known position was 8 miles south of Matagorda Island, turning east, positioning them just off the coast near Port Aransas. That was the final radio transmission. And then, silence. This is a giant plane. A massive search should have yielded a huge oil slick, multiple pieces of wreckage, or the 8 emergency rafts designed to float, but they found nothing of the kind. A single, small piece of metal was recovered 9 days later on South Padre Island, far from the last coordinates. How could a massive jet travel so far and leave only one tiny piece of confirmed debris? No bodies were ever found. No significant wreckage was ever found. Despite over 1,500 hours of exhaustive flight time logged by search teams, the B-52 simply ceased to exist within our observable reality. The most compelling piece of the puzzle, and what firmly places this into the missing 411 file, is that the searchers never publicly mentioned the second disappearance occurring simultaneously in the exact same area. This is the unsettling case of Mrs. Joe Sanchez. The date was the 9th of March, 1968, only 10 days after the B-52 vanished into thin air. She was 40 years old, an excellent swimmer, and an avid outdoorswoman. Her location was a protected jetty in Port Aransas, on the quiet inner shipping channel side, not exposed to the large, unpredictable ocean waves. She was left alone for a short time while her family retrieved supplies nearby. When they returned, she was gone. Her fishing pole was neatly placed on the rocks. Her bait bucket sat upright, undisturbed. The only trace was the scarf she had been wearing, found lying gently in the water right next to the rocks. There was no struggle, no evidence of a slip, and no natural force that could have instantly claimed her without disturbing her gear. It was as if she were dematerialized on the spot, leaving behind only an article of clothing. The connection that screams for attention is the military link. The B-52 was a high-value Air Force asset. Mrs. Sanchez's husband was a civilian employee of Kelly Air Force Base, the same military branch. 8 military men and 1 civilian woman with institutional ties all vanished without a trace in the same small coastal area. A massive aircraft and a single person, disappearing within days of each other. And the final, chilling coincidence, the massive search for the B-52 was officially terminated on March 20th. The search for Mrs. Sanchez was officially terminated on the exact same day. This suggests a shared but officially suppressed knowledge that whatever claimed the plane also claimed the woman. Was the B-52 investigating an oceanic energy anomaly a momentary portal or rift off the coast. We must consider the possibility that the highly energetic event that consumed the aircraft, be it technological failure induced by an outside force or non-terrestrial craft interference, left an unstable energy signature. And 10 days later, Mrs. Sanchez, standing alone on the coast, simply stepped into the residual wake of that profound energetic disruption, a temporary echo of a dimensional tear that instantly erased her from our world. This is a classic missing 411 cluster, compounded by a military disappearance that has no logical explanation. The confluence of military connection, exact proximity, and instantaneous vanishing is too powerful to ignore. We are looking at forces far stranger than simple accidents, demanding our continued investigation into the possibility of localized energy fields and unseen physics at play in these disappearance clusters. I want to thank you for watching and for examining these unsettling details with us. Please check out our deep dive classes on UFO phenomenon and related high strangeness topics. Remember to be vigilant, pay attention to the unexplained anomalies in your environment, and stay safe. Take care of yourself. Polities out.